the heart blower, baby. The heart blower was a big deal when we first started this podcast. Not so much anymore.
No,
The hype died down.
I died down.
The hype of the heart tools died. Chad got the best deal on that.
He did.
All I got was a blower. I made lots of videos to support
But
that.
did you ask for the blower?
Yes, specifically.
Why didn't they give you a list and you just like,
They said we'll send you everything they sent you, but then I thought I would get divorced because my house is full of shit that people have sent me.
you could have left them at the yard? Like you
It
just
doesn't.
ship it to my
No, they would
yard.
have shipped it to the house, and then there would have been boxes everywhere. And Kelly would have been like, "The fuck is all this shit doing here?" And then it would
But
have
you
got
have
piled in the garage on top of all the other shit that people have sent me.
we have a bin at the yard just for garbage.
We
And
have a
all
bin
the
here.
boxes, yeah, exactly. All the boxes could have went straight there. I
I
put
have garbage.
household garbage in that bin sometimes.
I
I
have
don't
been.
know how the average person with a family gets away with disposing of so much boxes and shit. Like a normal adult would probably dissect or like break down these boxes and tie them up with rope and put them at the road at the end of the week or every second week or whenever recycling comes. Me, I smash them all down and I put them in my truck and I bring them to the yard and I throw them in the bin. I have no patience for excessive amounts of garbage. If I were not a landscaper, I don't know how I'd do. Like I don't know how I'd get rid of all this stuff. I'm not mature enough to break them down and tie them up with rope. It's I don't know.
Straight to
I
the
don't know.
plastic fire.
Yeah, straight to the fire or straight to the bin. But there's yeah, I don't know. I'm impatient when it comes to garbage, I guess.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't. Maybe because I don't have the choice. I have the choice. I just produce extra stuff. Mike's got the shoot
I've got the diva style. I just let the building deal with it.
in the shoot.
Yeah.
Do you go down the chute?
Do I go down the chute? I've
Do you
never
put
gone down the
stuff?
chute.
have you ever
Do
put
you put?
something bad down the chute, like something you weren't supposed to put in the chute?
No. This is a public
You
podcast.
hesitated.
Everybody gets here. No, I've never done that in my entire life.
I lived in an apartment briefly, um, and then I was moving out of the apartment, and it was like on the fourth floor, and a lot of shit went down the chute because I was like, I don't want to carry this stuff down the stairs. So we just like I think a whole couch went down the chute easy.
Holy shit, that's a big chute.
We just kept breaking it up into smaller pieces
Oh.
and feeding it down the chute.
Using your quick cut?
I think we might have cut it up with a chainsaw.
You
I don't
had a
remember how.
chainsaw in the apartment?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I don't know. What do you think? Is that bad news?
I don't know.
Really?
Seems loud for an apartment.
I don't know. I know either that or we might have thrown the couch off the fourth floor balcony into the parking lot.
Hmm.
That might have happened too. Or maybe we threw it in the back of a 1 ton. Also may have happened. I don't remember 100%. Should we go through the polls?
Yeah, let's do
Let's go
that.
through the polls.
Okay. Let's go through the polls.
You've got a lot to catch up on. It's been 2 weeks.
It has. It has been 2 weeks. There's a lot of polls. I failed today because last night I was moving snow, and so this morning I slept in, and I didn't. Oh, here we go. All right. Is a former hand model. Mike, I am a hardscaper, 57%.
Wow.
Ooh.
A
Paver
hand
King,
model.
Paver King, 17%. Landscape Daddy, 26%.
Hmm.
So I'm not a hand model.
But Mike is.
Most likely to get caught peeing in the shower. I am a hardscaper, 7%. Paver King, 30%. The Landscape Daddy, a solid 63%.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid 63% of people that comment on our polls believe that you got caught peeing in the shower. Chad?
What's your comment on that,
I'm not
Chad?
going to argue with them.
This one, I don't. Thinks top of funnel is a reference to funnel cake.
That's good. I didn't see this one.
Oh no! So Paver King, 59%.
Wow.
I am a hardscaper, 19%. Landscape Daddy, 22%. So apparently, I don't understand what top of funnel means when we talk about it. This was a personal to me. Like I refuses cheese on his burger. Landscape Daddy, 10%. Apparently, you like the cheese, Chad.
Of course. How could you not?
Paver King, 31%.
Me?
I am a hardscaper. 59% of people believe you refuse cheese on your hamburger, Mike.
When Paver King talks about this non-carbonation diet he's on and all these restrictions, I'm the one that doesn't go with cheese?
I feel like the lactose intolerance goes with you being stuffed in a locker.
Would you take the cheese, Mike?
Oh, I would take the cheese all day. I love cheese. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you accept cheese, Mike or Chad?
Of course.
But if you have a choice, do you go cheeseburger or do you go would you ever order a hamburger or would you always order a cheeseburger?
There's no hamburger in my life. It's only cheeseburger.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, agreed. 100%. Agreed. What about you, PK? Cheese or no cheese?
I like the cheese. I would eat a burger without cheese. I think a burger without cheese exists in my life. I'm not quite as extreme as Chad.
I would rather eat a burger with no bun than I would with no cheese.
Really?
That's just a loaf of meat.
It's just
fine with me.
Okay.
Oh, I once went to a burger fast food chain and got my order, went back to the truck, opened it up, and there was no patties in it. You can order a vegetarian burger.
Yeah, oh yeah. The veg wop.
I've never heard of it's not like there's like a fake imitation meat. There was no meat in it. It was just bread and whatever toppings were in it.
So at one time in my life, when I was in high school, we used to spend a lot of time hanging around Burger King and just sitting in the Burger King endlessly, killing time, wasting our lives. And there was another group of people who used to come into the Burger King, and they used to also hang out in the Burger King. And they would always order the veg wop. Give me a veg wop. And that was a Whopper with no meat.
What?
The veg wop.
No, thank you.
We made a lot of fun of those people.
Yeah.
In retrospect, maybe they were the original woke crowd.
The hipsters.
They were hipsters. They had ordered the veg wop. All right. Watches DC Comics and wanted the crossover episode. Landscape Daddy, 17%. Paver King, 17%. I am a hardscaper, 66%.
Wow.
I
know why.
Why?
I bought some things that were DC comic things, and I had them sent to Caleb Almond so that he could send them up to me. And he put that on his podcast a few times. And it was DC Comics related, and I couldn't get it in Canada, so I had to buy it in the States and have somebody ship it to me. And he was very gracious enough to do that, but he did definitely post that everywhere that I was buying these DC comic things.
I actually feel like it was me who.
You were the one that came up with the idea for sure, but I understand why people might think I was the guy that fall.
I didn't know. I have never heard this Caleb Almond storyline.
No, it was on his podcast a few times.
Really? Yeah. What episode? I want to listen to it.
Well, what happened was I sent it to his PO box when he asked me to send it to his house, and so he got them and he didn't know who they were from. It didn't have my name on it. It had Caleb's name, right? So on the podcast, he's like, "Oh, it's so nice of somebody to send me like all these cards. This is great. Like, it's so nice of whoever sent them." And I don't catch every Kid Contractor podcast, but it's a good thing I caught that one because I was like, so I messaged him. I was like, "Caleb, do those say DC on them?" He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, oh, those are the cards I sent you. Can you send them up to me? So on the next episode or next week, he was like, oh yeah, so those cards that I was talking about, they were actually Mike's.
Wow.
And he called them Marvel cards. I had to correct them and say they're DC, man. DC.
What are
not
they?
Marvel.
What were they?
I got some here. So they are
These are like
cards.
at hand. They're like at hand all the
Yeah, they're
time.
at hand. So they're cards, but they're also NFTs. So you scan the back and you
Okay.
got the NFT version.
So why did you want these?
Oh, I just I guess I'm somewhat into the NFT world, and I saw them pop up, and it was like the first edition, like the first launch of them, and it seemed pretty cool. So I bought a bunch of
Yeah.
them to get in on them.
So are they like Marvel or DC comic figures, like Batman,
Yeah,
Green
so
Arrow?
so I got like Lex Luthor there.
Nice.
So it's got a mint number too. So each of them, and there's like different rarities. I feel like it's such a nerd talking about this right now. But since we're on the topic,
This is high value stuff.
I feel like I was just saying, Chad. I feel like such a nerd talking about
Can
this.
you do a deep dive into the NFT world and explain that afterwards too?
Yeah, absolutely. But you also got like different rarities here. So there's like depending on the rarity, and then there's a mint number. So some mints, like if you have like the number one mint, that's like really you done good there, and you can sell that for quite a bit. But yeah, that's
Like a Chinese excavator.
Yeah. Oh man, that would definitely pay for a Chinese excavator.
So can you, since I've heard some other landscapers delve into their advice on Bitcoin on other podcasts, can you delve into what the NFT world is, Mike? Can you give us a quick breakdown? Because I feel like I think I understand it, but I don't know for sure.
An NFT can essentially be anything that has, you can prove that you're the owner of it, and it's got a identifying characteristic or feature to it. So it's just a non-fungible token. It could be art, it could be anything digital that you can assign ownership to, essentially.
So you own all those NFTs now.
So yeah, the reason why they're numbered, they've got the mint number to them, is that like nobody else owns this specific. They can own this flash card. It just won't be this specific identification number to it. So every QR code is unique as well. So when you scan it into the platform, you've got the card to go along with it.
Did you get a green arrow?
I got a green arrow. I'd had to go through and actually find it, but yeah, I got a green arrow. I've got the whole set. We'll say that.
Okay. All right. You ready for the next poll?
Yeah.
That poll really went offside. If you came to this podcast looking for a deep dive into NFTs, you came to the right place. Attended the Fire Festival. I am a hardscaper, 30%. Landscape Daddy, 43%.
Really?
Paver King, 26%. From all accounts, the Fire Festival was awesome.
Quite the experience.
Oh,
wow. I like this one. Escape the Bermuda Triangle. Landscape Daddy, 46%. Paver King, 41%. And Mike, you died in the triangle at 13%.
Or I never went into it. So
well, that's true.
Depends how you.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite polls that we ran recently. Wants you to listen to his mixed tape. Landscape Daddy, 32%. I am a hardscaper, 20%. Paver King, 49%. I am the master of the mixtape, apparently. Oh, this one, I kind of took this personally. Let me be honest. This is not the result that I thought would happen when I'm the one that posted this poll. Absolutely loves the sound of his own voice. I am a hardscaper, 22%. Landscape Daddy, 10%.
Wow.
Paver King, 68%. 68% of people think I love the sound of my own voice.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, went all in with an offsuit 10-2. Landscape Daddy 35%. I am a hardscaper 18%. Paver King 47%. Apparently people think I'm the idiot.
I've never played poker in my life.
So you don't know
That's
what
a
an
poker
off
thing? No, not a
you know
clue.
what you don't know what an offsuit 10-2 is? So 10-2 is the worst hand in
Okay.
poker
Yeah.
because they're the furthest numbers apart and they're both small, no face cards. And on top of that, if you had a 10-2 suited, you would have a chance at a flush. So you have a better chance at a good hand. But if you have a 10-2 offsuit, that's literally like the worst hand you can possibly start with.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you should have been voted the one that went because I wouldn't go all in with a
No,
10-2.
but I wouldn't play at all, is the thing. If you don't know how to play, you're not
But
gonna
everyone,
play.
everyone, everyone didn't know how to play at some point.
There was a phase that everybody got into poker. I was
Yeah,
in high school and we like got seriously into it.
yeah, it was
Texas
super.
Hold'em poker, it like
Yeah,
exploded.
yes,
Hmm.
I played back then too. I
There's
would
your there's your card there, BK.
see. That's not how the Green Arrow looks on the TV show.
No, not on the TV show.
Yeah, I love the Green. I like the Green Arrow series. It was really good.
I never got into it. I haven't watched. Actually, I haven't watched most of the DC shows. Would
Really,
Green Arrow be the good start?
I really liked the Green Arrow show. It was a
Yeah.
really good story. It was good. I just liked it. It was characters were good. It was a great way to like kill an hour after a hard day of landscaping. Watching a Green Arrow like I was 10. I liked it. Oh, this one this one for some reason, Chad, you crushed this. Like
Really?
people truly believed this. The majority 54% of the people in this poll believe that you are the best cornhole partner.
Hmm.
Do you
Must
even know
be.
what do you even
I
know what
know.
it is?
Oh yeah, we have Cornwall here. Cornhole in
Yeah,
Cornwall.
that's why they thought who's the
Yeah,
best
that's
Cornwall partner? Oh, Chad.
yeah. No,
Mike,
we have. I
you
am
and I
pretty
are
good.
tied. Mike, you and I are tied in second place. I've never played. So have you actually played this, Chad?
Cornhole, yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Have
a
you played, Mike?
Yeah.
that's a backyard pastime in Cornwall.
How
Cornwall.
many hours of your life do you think you've spent playing cornhole?
Cornhole? 12, 20, up there. A day. Maybe a day of my life.
I've spent zero time playing it.
Never.
Never.
Really.
I've never lived in a corn related place.
Mm.
Do you play any of those small games, like backyard games at all? Like any of them?
Who?
Any of you guys?
Do you guys have backyards
Of
big enough to play these games? Like,
what kind of games are there?
Like what's the new like spike ball? Have you guys seen that? Where it's like a small
yeah,
little
yeah.
trampoline and you got a ball and you hit it against the trampoline? Or have you guys heard of can jam with like the frisbee? And you
No.
try to get it into the slot, or
Oh
you try to
yeah.
get it into the
Yeah, I
top
like that
hole.
one. And for what's the golf one? We get the golf balls are attached to a rope, and you throw them out a ladder,
Oh, that's
and you
right.
try and
Yeah,
get them
yeah,
around the thing.
yeah.
What other one do we? We
Oh,
have
I've seen that game.
Those are good
the
cottage games.
yeah, that's what they are. Like lawn darts, those are
Yeah.
illegal now. But
So
Oh,
I come from a world where we played a lot of lawn darts and people
yeah,
got hurt. That I've got some time, and we used to play horseshoes
right.
yeah,
at the trailer
yeah.
park. We used to play horseshoes. Okay, this Mike, you only got 4% on this poll. That's probably the lowest result of any poll ever. Like absolutely the lowest result of any poll in history.
It's got to be a good
Chad
reason.
Chad got 42% and I got 54%. And this poll was pulled the fire alarm to avoid a test. So no one believes that you pulled a fire alarm to avoid it. Did it even ever occur to you in school, Mike, to pull the fire alarm to avoid a test?
It came to mind, but I would never follow through on something like that.
What subject?
Oh, it would have been in university, so pretty much any course I took in university.
This is the last one. Was and still is Team Aniston with a bullet.
I did not understand this one.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. Like,
Jennifer Aniston versus Angelina Jolie, during the big split up when they fought over Brad Pitt. You were either Team Aniston or you were Team Jolie.
But what does with a bullet mean?
That just means you're super supportive of Team Aniston.
Must be one of the new kids sayings, I guess.
I think it's an old person saying. I don't think it's new. I think it's old. Okay, so like, you only got 8% on this. You must have been Team Jolie.
I guess.
Are you Team Jolie?
I have no idea.
Well, you're either Team Angelina Jolie or Team Jennifer Aniston.
I'll support both, no problem.
You can't support both. You have to be one. There's no supporting both. Are you Jolie or Aniston?
I'll go with the way the audience voted. I'll support their result there.
Well, you're Team Jolie then.
How
can you support her? She stole Jennifer Aniston's man.
I have no idea what the hell this is.
The Escape Daddy. You never. There was T-shirts. Team An. We made all kinds of posts about it on my Instagram back in the day.
Did you?
We actually spray painted.
Wait, didn't this happen like 20 years ago? How did you have Instagram?
He's frozen too. It's too much for him to handle.
He can't fight back.
Yeah.
You know what? He took that course there where he split his days into hours or whatever, and then
you froze there, PK.
I know, because so I'm just saying that like we actually spray painted it into our screeded base, Team Aniston, and then laid pavers over it so that it would be known that we were Team Aniston.
Did the client see it?
Probably. Well, there's a stripper video that our clients are in.
A stripper video.
Yeah, like a Magic Mike stripper video, and the clients are in the video. We shot it from inside their house when they were eating dinner in their living room. And the Bill, who actually still works for us, who was actually a stripper, is stripping in the backyard through the window, dancing.
They were in on it?
Nancy Green's Fancy Nancy's clients?
Yeah.
Fancy Nancy.
She's not going to like that. Just telling you that in
You
advance.
said she was dressed fancy. Does she listen to this podcast?
No, she doesn't listen to any podcasts.
Why? Why would that be so wrong?
I don't know. She just doesn't. It's not her thing. She reads, I guess.
My mother-in-law listens to this podcast.
Wow.
Really?
Religiously. She's
really
probably our number one fan. Yeah.
Dang.
She's awesome. Hi, Lise. Hope your night's going well.
How do you know she's listening to it at night?
Because when she's at work, she listens to the podcast. So she doesn't like it when we swear too much. Well, she doesn't personally mind it, but the people around her might mind it.
Am I the least favorite person then?
No.
Am I?
No, it might be me.
I know
that narrowed it down really well. Chad's mother-in-law can't hate Chad. Does she hate PK? No. It's gotta be me.
A lot of mother-in-laws don't like their son or daughter-in-law, I think.
Well, she just heard that. So.
In this case, I think she likes me. But
how long have you been married, Chad?
Oh, geez. 3 or 4 beautiful years.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
I remember Chad used to live in the garage at the yard.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
There was that phase.
Yeah, there was that phase. There's no you couldn't ask a woman to live in that yard with you. So yeah.
You couldn't ask her. Listen, you can't ask a woman to live in the yard with you.
If you'd seen the state of that apartment, you would understand why.
How long did you live there?
Year and a half. So in the winters, the pipes would freeze though, so I'd have to migrate to my parents' house until they thawed out and I could move back into the apartment.
So you were kind of a transient.
Yeah. One of my workers lived in an actual one of those tin sheds. He spent a winter in a tin shed with a space heater that had an electrical cord running from the house to the shed. And that's how.
Did he plow snow?
Not for me. I didn't know him at the time. I don't know. I don't think he did much except drugs back then. He's a phenomenal worker now, but He's seen some shit, I'm sure.
Seems
And
like it.
a lot of landscapers have, I suppose.
I agree. A lot of landscapers have seen some shit. That is
Yeah.
true.
Right.
That's spit. Like you're spitting facts there. Landscapers have seen some shit.
Some shit, yeah. Checkered past.
So, how was Costa Rica? Rate Costa
Yeah.
Rica against Dominican Republic.
Uh, people, 10 out of 10. There are a lot more English than you'd think in Costa Rica compared to almost anywhere else that I've been down south. So people 10 out of 10. Weather, fuck, 10 out of 10. It did not rain a drop while we were there. It
Wow.
was awesome. Yeah, 34 degrees every day. Um, Sunny. You couldn't say a bad thing about the weather, that's for sure. I got the squirts probably halfway through my trip, and I'm still squirting. Like, yeah, that's the rough part. Other than
Was
that,
it
the
the
hotel was
water?
I didn't drink the water. Oh, like I drank bottled water. You can't drink their tap water there. One thing I will say about this resort is they use the gray water as irrigation, and it's a fucking terrible idea because septic water and heat don't mix well, and that's what you
Why are
smell.
they using septic water?
Well, I could be wrong. They could be using something else, but it absolutely smells like they use septic water to wash, or not to wash, but to irrigate
Wow.
the
So
the
gray water
property.
would be water collected from like the shower.
Yeah, it's I'd say it's a little more than that. Like it's violently bodily fluid based water. Like it's
This is not a ringing endorsement.
No.
no, and that was probably my biggest downside about the whole resort is that I couldn't get past the smell. But I brought it up to other people and it didn't seem as bad to them. So maybe
Like random people.
yeah, like in the airport on the way home.
You
Uh
just sat down beside some people and said, "Hey, did it smell at your resort?"
yeah.
What
Yeah,
if they were at a different? What if they were at
no,
a different resort?
no, they weren't because I'm pretty sure half the plane came from my resort. I knew that I had seen the couple in Montreal and then seen them at the resort and then saw them at the airport and we were talking about
Okay.
how the trip was and stuff. I'm like, it sort of had a smell. They're like, yeah, now that you say it did sort of have a smell. And so to me, that was
Why do you think it was coming strictly from the irrigation and maybe not just from a poor septic system just outside of the resort?
you could be right, but it seemed more predominant in the morning when the sprinklers were going, whenever the irrigation was running.
So do you
So
think maybe that some of this random septic water that they're using to irrigate the grass went in your mouth and that's why you're sick?
it's a possibility, but I mean, I didn't purposely have my mouth open near the
Near the
irrigation
irrigation.
system.
If you
The
could only go to one, where would you pick, Dominican or Costa Rica?
I would go back to Costa Rica, but I would choose a different hotel, I think. It's Costa Rica's like if you ever go that far down south, it's different. Like it's not touristy different. It's more like a hidden gem different. I mean, they're still popular places, but they're like that's hot, hot. Like in Dominican, Mexico, you go out in the evening and you put on a long sleeve shirt or something like that. In Costa Rica, you could have no top on the whole time.
Hmm.
Did
Like
you go
same thing with
topless the whole
Panama.
time?
I went topless the majority of the time. I put a shirt on for dinner, and that's just about it.
How was the food?
Very good. Yeah. They
Since this is becoming a full travel podcast,
travel podcast, yeah. The food was good. Can't really complain. The coffee wasn't all that great, which is weird for being down south. They usually have good coffee. Saw some monkeys. The iguanas are fucking monstrous. Like they were bigger than my dog. Actually,
are they?
on that
Are
note,
they?
go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was going to wonder if they were Klaus Schwab big.
Um, I suppose they would. They were some of them were the size of small children. Um,
Wow.
we were gonna say like one was the size of our dog. We came home, our fucking dog died while we were
Oh,
What?
gone.
really?
So yeah. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Man.
my little bull
That's
terrier passed away.
horrible.
Yeah, it was awful. Like my buddy called me at like 1 in the morning as the plane landed. We were still on the plane. He's like, I got something to tell you. I'm like, oh fuck, I knew. And obviously no good news happens at 1 in the morning. So he's like, your dog died Saturday. So um came home. She was in a box in the garage. Thankfully it was -degrees, so she'd been cooling for a couple days. Uh
Oh.
I dug a hole at the yard today and gently placed her in with a tilt rotator and buried her in. I was gonna make a reel of that, but I figured maybe that's a bit much.
I feel like that's a bit much.
Yeah,
It's a true landscaper dog burial.
yeah. So she
I'm sorry, man. That's
thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
It's
terrible, man.
yeah,
So
it
sad.
sucks to have your dog kick the bucket while you're gone. But we're gonna build or dig a pond at the. I've talked about this pond that we're gonna dig at the yard, and we're gonna call it Lake Dixie now, because she's buried
Nice.
right by where the lake is gonna be.
nice.
So it'll be neat.
Is that
Yeah.
why you bought two of those excavators
I
to
was
dig
gonna
the
make the
pond?
joke, and I was like,
To
no, you know
dig?
what? That's
No, I was talking
No,
about digging the pond.
oh,
This had nothing to do with the dog.
gotcha.
I said we're talking about digging the pond.
no, I
We can
yeah.
get two excavators at once
So
going.
I watched a home show or like a home renovation show, and the guy was buying a house in Africa somewhere, and he's like, "Oh, we got to put a pool in," and they're like, "Okay, the pool is going to take 3 months to dig." And he's like, "What the fuck? Why is it going to take 3 months to dig?" He's like, "They do everything by hand around here. Like you couldn't get an excavator if you wanted to. They dug the fucking pool, but like an in-ground pool by hand." And I
Wow.
apparently, yeah, like it was just, they're just like it's a 3 month ordeal. They're gonna dig it by hand, and the guy was having a fit that it was taking so long. But what do you do? They had excavators and all this shit in Costa Rica. They had a dump truck with aluminum rims, and I was gonna make a video for Caleb because he seems to think aluminum rims are not the greatest investment in a truck. I beg to differ, but um,
Did you go off resort while you were there?
no, I like to park it and do as little as possible on vacation. Like I don't want to see too much.
You don't want to go to a waterfall?
Uh not with my daughter. Like do you know how much carrying, well, I'm sure you do know how much carrying is involved with a small child up to the age of
I have an
when,
idea.
yeah, when do you say it ends? 6, 5? Because
No,
we're
it
not
keeps
out of it
going.
yet, that's for sure.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we took the kids to Jamaica, I think there were seven, and we went to Dun River Falls,
Yeah.
and we took them, and immediately regretted that decision because it's like 1,000 people climbing up super slippery waterfalls, and when you're in Jamaica, there's a certain speed at which everyone operates,
Yeah.
island time.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty chill, and we're at this one waterfall, and Nate sort of slipped and started going out of Kelly's hand, and all of a sudden these like four Jamaican guys jumped into action and grabbed him. And I mean, it took like 1 second. And I turned to Kelly and I was like, I'm guessing that was really dangerous because
Wow.
that is the fastest I've seen anyone move. And that was since we've been here for 4 days and everyone is pretty chill all the time, pretty relaxed. No one gets excited. And these guys were like jumping. Oh my God. I was like, holy fuck. Whatever just happened must have been really dangerous. And
Wow.
from then on, we were holding everyone a bit tighter on the climb up the falls. But
Hmm.
yeah, they were seven, and that was
Yeah.
not our best decision, I would say.
That's
But they
yeah,
got to live
so
it.
yeah. 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 We stayed on resort. Maybe in the future there was zip lining and shit like that. I'm not I like my feet on the ground. Um, yeah, someone else can have all the adventure. I just like
What kind
parking
of
it.
alcohol did they have?
You name it. But
Nice.
they're still big on rum down there. A lot of pina coladas, a lot of beer. Those are my two when I go down south. But then the
Nice.
cups even smelt like gray
Ooh.
water. So by halfway through the trip, I'm like, it
That's
was
what gave
getting
you
to
the
me.
squirts.
It was getting to me. So beautiful resort. Like they had stray cats and raccoons and
Beautiful resort.
all the sorts of uh
Feral pelicans.
wildlife. No pelicans at this one, but all the wildlife you'd expect. Little crabs.
Was there a beach?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So it's dry season right now in Costa Rica. So I had sent videos to some of my contractor buddies, and it's like, why why is everything dead in the mountains? Like it's dry season. Like it's not a beautiful green. Everything's fucking dead. Like other than the resort, which they water with the gray water. So
Some of this trip doesn't seem that appealing. I'm gonna be
No.
honest.
it was Costa Rica is beautiful. Um, I've had nicer times at other resorts. So, and it was a Rio that we went to. So like, it's a 5 star, but any 5 star that smells like toilet water to me is maybe not an automatic 5 star, but
I feel like maybe it's not an automatic 5 star.
no, but
Potentially. Yeah.
it was better than I'm making it out to be. But
I feel like there's a lack of energy in this description.
yeah, yeah. I think that's been the theme of the night. I think maybe this
No,
wasn't
there's
our
a
best.
lot of energy in the discussion of the Chinese excavators for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
The Chinese excavators were a lot of energy. So do you have any other topics, Mike?
I got nothing else. You guys got anything else?
You're usually the guy with all the topics.
Well, if I bring up something now, we're going on for like another half an hour. But I think we have only got like minutes left. So
So bring up something quick. We'll do a hot take. Bring up something quick and we'll do a hot take. Love a good hot take.
Hmm.
Maybe I can think of something to do a
Yeah.
hot take.
a hot take.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a
I've got
quick,
one, but
all
this
right.
is gonna take a while.
I don't
Go
know.
for it.
It's a hot take.
All right. So you guys must get this. Everybody in business must get this. But you get a lot of marketers reaching out to you because you have a business. Do you guys get that?
I get a lot of people trying to sell me to be in their on their bag.
On their bag.
What's a bag?
A bag. Like they I know they're like, we're gonna give out
Oh,
1,000 of these bags at the local flea market and we'll give you the top corner. Like I don't
we
know.
used to get that. Or the real estate fucking brochure or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to be on the real estate
I'm
brochure.
working at the golf course here and we're gonna be giving out these cards where everyone keeps score. How would you feel about getting a prime location? I'm like, I'm
Right.
good. Anyways,
I'm
go ahead, Mike.
No, I get a lot of marketers reaching out about my website, about my Google profile, like tons, and phone calls, emails. So I finally got to a point today where somebody called me twice and I didn't pick up. And then they emailed me and they said, "Hey, Mike, I was trying to call you, but couldn't get a hold of you." But this happens all the time. It's always a cut and paste email. So finally, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to email this guy back and say, "Never call me again." So I emailed him back, "Never call me again." And he emails me back. I'll
Is
read
that
it.
all you
After you told him not to.
Yeah.
is that all you put? Never call me again.
Never call me again. That's all I put. No period, nothing. Just never call me again. And then this is what he says. He says, "It would be my pleasure not to call you, man, because you're not going to be the last business I'll do business with.
You're not gonna be what again? You're not
Because
gonna
you're
be.
not going to be the last business I'll do business with."
You're not. It
So
hurts
he's
my
trying to
brain.
reach out to me and pester me, and this is with every marketing company, because any like that's probably got to be the most saturated business model right now is a digital marketing company, because anybody with a laptop is a marketer all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
But you guys don't get this. You guys don't get tons of marketing
I
companies reaching out to you,
Not
and
tons.
so
I get
I'm finally gonna email back and call back every single one of these people and say, don't call me ever again. Like, I don't need your services. I never asked for this. If you're a good marketing company, you would market your business and be able to pick up clients. Like, do what your services can do. I finally reached that limit with these people, man. And this is something that I want to bring up to have like a maybe a longer discussion on. But the fact that this guy took his time, and it's a long email. I don't know if you can see it. Like, there's more than
Oh, that
just
was,
that
I thought you read
line.
us the whole
And then I
message.
emailed them back saying more, and then he even emailed me back. Like,
So you're getting in a shouting match with this guy. Can you
You're probably the
post it
only
all?
you're probably the only person who ever emailed this guy back.
Yeah.
probably, but he had enough time to respond to me, and I was like, I even in the second email I said, do your research, man. Like, you're emailing the wrong person. And he says, yes, we do research before we call the business. That's why I tried to call you.
Uh,
What is he? What does he think he can do for you?
What did he say he could do for me?
So are they emailing the How to Hardscape or the Ever
Both,
After?
anything and everything, like any way that they can get a hold of me. This one specifically was the Ever After, and
Okay.
he wanted to give me some sort of SEO service package and things like this.
How much was it?
I didn't look. It was a long email. It's like cut and paste, right? Every single time. And it's like, this is what we did for this company, blah blah blah. This is what we did for this company, blah blah blah. This is what we can do for you.
I get a lot of Croatian women with high sex drive uh looking for a match in my business folder
Looking
for
Nice.
some like they fill out the form on naturaldesign.com or whatever it is, and well, they don't personally do it. Some fucking robot does it, or
Are you
some man
sure? Are
does
you
it.
sure your website doesn't come up as
all,
allnatural.com?
all natural. I get like exploding penis, like spam mail and all this stuff. Like it's it's it's
No,
wild.
no
But
word of a lie. Like, I probably get 100 emails and phone calls put together a month from these people trying to pitch their services to me.
mm,
I get the ones I love are the promote it on Instagram.
Yes.
What the
yeah,
fuck is
that's
that?
sort of ridiculous.
Like if you tag like back in a long time ago when I first started Instagram, I used to tag all the cities we wanted to work in with hashtags. Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, Toronto. I would tag the 6, the 905, the 416. I would use all those hashtags on every single post because people would search them, and I don't know if hashtags are still a big thing, but they were back then. And so I did that on a couple posts recently. And what happened was there was a comment promoted on Ajax, promoted on Canada Oshawa page, promote. And I was like, man, there's like 8 comments on this post, and all it is these people promoted on. What are they trying to get me to pay to put it on their page of fake followers they have? I don't
uh,
I don't understand how you make money off the promoted on. Like, I guess you got to sell. Oh, okay. Chad's out.
I'm muted. I will say I emailed that marketer back and I said, thank you for that last email. I now have a template to share with my employees how not to respond to a client. And he took offense to that with his third email. So
What did he say in the 30?
it was just him more so going on about yeah, feel free to do that, bro.
Bro.
That was, yes, we do research before we call the business. That's why I tried to call you. And then he just goes on a bit, and then he says, "Thanks for your time and have a great day, bro."
Bro.
Yeah,
I feel like why would he put so much time and effort
I
into that?
know, because those replies aren't cut and paste. That was him typing them out, and they're long emails. Like, he went into depth, but I don't even know why they would even take the time to do that.
Maybe he thinks he's got you on the hook.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's
So I
not
stopped
giving up.
emailing.
He's not giving up easily, for
No,
sure.
I'm surprised you guys don't get the same amount of emails flooding in and stuff.
I
I
don't
wonder
get that
where they're
many.
getting my contact information from.
I don't know. They can't find me on Instagram anymore.
I'm gonna shoot him your email.
Yeah,
I know
shoot it over
somebody who
to him.
needs your services.
He needs your marketing and service promotion right away.
Oh man. Well, Chad muted himself. He probably didn't want us to hear what is going on there.
So is this the official end of the episode then?
This has got to be the end.
This is the first episode Chad didn't make the whole episode.
Yeah.
The revenge of the gray water in Costa Rica used for the irrigation may or may not have flown into Chad's mouth as he walked by.
I wonder if our listeners could connect the dot as to why Chad didn't make it the full episode.
I don't know, maybe. All right, so this is the end of the episode.